My name is Simone, and if you've ever trusted someone with your whole heart, only for them to destroy everything you love, then you'll feel me on this one. This is how my cousin took my child, sold him off like he was a check, and how I made sure she'd never sleep peacefully again. Let's rewind. I grew up in Atlanta. My mom passed when I was 15, and after that, I bounced around foster homes until I aged out. I never had a real family, except my cousin Ariel. Ariel was like a big sister to me. She was 5 years older, loud, beautiful, and had everybody wrapped around her finger. When I had nothing, she took me in, let me sleep on her couch, helped me get a job, and even threw me a birthday party when I turned 21. I loved her like blood. She always said, "Me and you against the world, baby." But here's the thing about Ariel. Everything she did came with strings attached. When I got pregnant at 24, the baby's father disappeared before I could even show him the sonogram. I was scared, broke, and Ariel stepped in again like a hero. She said, "You don't have to do this alone, Simone. Stay with me after the baby's born. We'll figure it out." And I believed her. When I gave birth to my son, Micah, everything changed. I had never loved anything more in my life. The way he looked at me, the way his fingers gripped mine, he gave my life purpose. But postpartum hit me hard. I was tired all the time, couldn't keep up with bills. I didn't want to ask Ariel for help, but she offered. She started watching Micah more often, told me to rest. Sometimes she'd keep him overnight, then whole weekends. Then one day I came home and his crib was gone. I panicked. "Ariel, where's Micah?" She looked me dead in the face and said, "Don't worry, he's with a safe family now. Somewhere he'll be taken care of." I thought she was joking. I laughed. Then I saw the paperwork. She had signed over custody, forged my signature, lied to the agency, claimed I was unfit, said I was using drugs, that I abandoned him. It wasn't just betrayal, it was kidnapping. I screamed, cried, threatened her, but she just shrugged and said, "You weren't doing right by him, Simone. He needed more. You should be thanking me." I went to the police. They said it was a civil matter. I went to a lawyer. He said without proof the signature was forged, it'd take months, maybe years, him to fight it. And worst of all, Micah had already been adopted by a wealthy couple in South Carolina. Gone, just like that. I fell apart, quit my job, stopped eating, slept on the floor in a pile of my own clothes for weeks. But one night I snapped out of it. I stood in front of the mirror and said out loud, "She took my baby. Now I'm gonna take her piece." I started watching Ariel. She'd post up on Instagram like she was the queen of Atlanta, flashing new jewelry, designer bags, suddenly taking trips every month. I dug deeper. Turns out she got paid for the adoption, $50,000. She sold my baby like a damn purse, and she wasn't even quiet about it. I found out she'd done this before. 2 other girls, young, poor, desperate, and she helped them give up their kids for money. Now it was a whole side hustle. Her boyfriend was the middleman. She thought she was untouchable. But I was done playing fair. I hacked her email. I won't say how, but I got access. Found all kinds of files, birth certificates, forged applications, pictures of kids with case numbers, and bank transfers. I screenshot everything. Then I created a burner email and sent all of it to the police, 3 child protective service agents, the IRS, and a local investigative journalist. Then I sat back and waited. A week later, things started crumbling. Her boyfriend got arrested first, caught trying to pull the same scheme on another girl. Then the news story dropped. Atlanta woman accused of black market adoption scam. Ariel's face was on the evening news. I stood there watching it with a glass of wine. I was smiling, but I wasn't done, because Micah was still gone. By the time I realized she had betrayed me, it was too late. And trust me, if this story has you locked in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got more where this came from. I used the media frenzy to push my case. I got a new lawyer, showed him the emails, the evidence, and now that Ariel was under investigation, the courts took me seriously. Within 2 months, I had a hearing. And you know what? I got my baby back. The adoptive parents fought hard. I didn't blame them. They'd bonded with him. But once they learned he'd been stolen from me, they broke down crying, said they never would have taken him if they'd known. It was the hardest moment of my life, watching them say goodbye to him. But Micah was mine. He came home, and I held him for hours. As for Ariel, she's facing 12 years on charges of fraud, identity theft, child endangerment, and conspiracy. The day she was sentenced, I showed up to court wearing the same hoodie I had on when she stole Micah. I wanted her to remember. She looked at me one last time and said, "I was just trying to help you." I leaned in and whispered, "You don't destroy people to help them." Then I turned and walked away. It's been 2 years now. Micah's in preschool, healthy, happy, and he loves trains more than anything. I started a nonprofit for moms in crisis, named it after my mother. I tell my story not because I want sympathy, but because I want justice to be louder than betrayal. If someone ever takes something from you, don't just cry, take it back.